Hey, how you doing? I'm great. Thanks for asking. I haven't been home in 2 months, and so that means that all my systems are all out of whack, and so I'm going to do a reset. The three main systems that I want to reset right now would be my Notion, which has my to-do list, like my daily, weekly to-do lists, and my Google Calendar. But it's not just my Google Calendar, but also my ideal week calendar within Google Calendar. I hope that makes sense. It will make sense in a minute if it doesn't already. And I'm also going to update my meal planning system. If you're interested in that, then keep on watching. If you don't know who I am, that means that you're new here. So welcome. I'm Kimani and welcome to my channel, Hauling This Together. Now, if you're into getting your life together, into personal development, personal growth, and you don't mind the occasional corny jokes, then you have found your people. So kindly stick around. All right, I have my glasses on, my laptop's up, I have my tea, and I have my water, which means that we are ready to get cracking, lacking. So this is my planner, but this is the most important part, the weekly to do. So first thing that I'm going to do is change the date. Today is March 11th, so I'm going to call that week 2 of March. All right, so I'm going to clear all of these. First, I'm just going to the edit button here. So my morning routine stays. Reading, I'm taking reading out for a bit because I'm not focusing on that. I'm keeping gym. My relationship meeting stays. Meal prep, I think I want to move this to Saturday. Do I? I think I do. So I can have a free Sunday. For business, I don't need to be working on a Sunday at all. It's important to note that whatever we're doing right now is not us thinking too far ahead to say what are all the things that I could possibly be doing on a Sunday or on a day. It's more so creating a template so that it's easier for us to just refresh and edit as we go along, because no 2 Sundays are going to look alike, no 2 Mondays are going to look alike, but there are things that are consistent throughout. So I have a meal prep day, for example. Every Mondays I have a client meeting, for example. Every weekday, excluding Mondays and Thursdays, I'll go to the gym. Like, those things are like structured, and so it's easy for us to add those into templates, but everything else we're kind of just adding as we go along, which is why we need to refresh this on a week-to-week basis. Let's edit Monday. I'm also going to take out the reading here. If a client work, however, plan meeting agenda, meeting with Shion. I also have meeting with Erin on Mondays. Review meeting notes. Yes, I need to do that. Create content for HP, and then maybe I can duplicate this. Create content for CC for HP, Erin on those days, so I can leave that. Okay, so you're just going to repeat the process for the other days of the week. So I showed you Sunday and Monday, so let's just fill out the rest of the days of the week. If you want to see the full video of how I did this reset for my to-do list in Notion, you can click the top right-hand corner right there, or wait until the end screen and I will show you the full detailed video. I will also show you the full detailed video of all the different resets that I did in this tutorial, so the calendar, the to-do list, and also my meal planning system. So you can wait until the end to check that out, or you can click that little iCard. You might be wondering, Kimani, why does your Monday look so busy? That's because I love Mondays. I love Mondays, and I know this is controversial, but I love Mondays mainly because it's my most productive day of the week. I don't know, it usually is, and so I try to stack most things into Monday when I'm high energy and I feel like I'm being productive, and I will work from early in the morning straight up to the end of the day without feeling like, oh my gosh, do I have to do this? And so I try to stuff a lot of things, especially client related work, that they're non-negotiable, into Mondays, because the rest of days are kind of free will. And then Tuesdays are usually like catch up on what you left off on Monday, like what you started. And then, as I said, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, I want to focus on content, but not just content, because I do have client work on those days too. And I'm kind of keeping my weekends a little bit on the freer side, especially on Sundays. Sundays I want to focus mainly on resting, which is why the only thing that's there that's really, really important would be my relationship meeting and going to the gym. But the rest of the day is pretty much just resting, which is why I've also moved meal prepping to Saturday. All right, so now that we have that, all I need to do is go through and click these buttons. Okay, I think that should be it. We just did my Notion to-do list reset. So now I'm going to move on to my meal planning reset, which is also in Notion. I am in my planner section. As I said, I have all my additional, like my sub planners on here. So let me just close these down because I feel like too much is going on here. So meal plan calendar is blank right now because I haven't used this in months. Master shopping list, I have this on here just so that whenever I'm going to the supermarket, like it's easier for me to just like check off the things that I need. We don't need that right now either. Foods to eat more of, I can keep this open for a bit, and let's keep that there. So let's just toggle these down because this is where we will be tweaking stuff for right now. Today is Tuesday, so I'm just going to start here. So I think we're gonna do why do I have a separate first? Oh my gosh, that should be dinner. I'm sorry. Where's my head at today? I don't know. All right, so for breakfast, let me put that. Yeah, for breakfast, I'm gonna do I think that's what I'm gonna do for breakfast for maybe these 2 days. And move this one to lunch then. I'm gonna take these off. Alright, so that's what I'm doing for breakfast these days. And then I'm going to do, let's do for breakfast these 2 days. I'm gonna do cheese omelet, side salad, spring mix, cucumbers, tomatoes, and maybe some good beans, crackers. Okay, yeah, I think that's what I'm doing for breakfast. So let me copy these and I'll put them there. And then I will, for Saturdays we usually have breakfast out. Let me close these off. Saturday we usually have breakfast out, and so I don't need to add anything there. And then for lunch Tuesday, which is today, I think I'm going to do tuna salad. Yeah, I'll do the same thing for lunch tomorrow because I'm a pretty easy girl to deal with. And then I'm going to copy these from there to here for that. And then for snack, I think we're just going to do, I think I prepped a fruit salad. For this I'm just going to do a fruit salad with yogurt and chia. Okay, that's what I'm doing for, so that's pretty, you know, it looks weird with the spacing when I do that. So for lunch here, what am I going to do for lunch here? Let's see what ideas I can get from up here for lunch. Okay, so I don't typically do lunch, which is why this list is short. But as I said, I do have my meal ideas here. So these are ideas for breakfast. Let me close that down because it's pretty long. I have ideas for dinner. That's also pretty long. Oh, and then I don't really do a lot of drinks and beverage. And then I have some snacks ideas here, which I honestly don't do very often. So for this, I think I might do like a lettuce wrap. I think we have chicken, so I'll do a chicken lettuce wrap here. I can't spell. Oh my gosh, definitely can't spell. So this is for lunch on this day, chicken lettuce wrap. Okay, and then for dinner here, I am gonna do pineapple, chicken, bits, quinoa, and rice. And I'm gonna just move this down here. For snack, I think I might just do a mixed fruit smoothie. Yeah, I'll do smoothies on these 2 days. Dun, dun, dun. Okay. And then on Saturday, I don't usually plan for Saturdays because sometimes we're on the road, we go out. And then on Sundays, Sunday and Monday is already gone, so I won't plan those days. I need to toggle header 1. Okay, so now I can just do that and week 1 goes there. So I have, these are the meals for week 1. And again, you're just going to repeat week 1's process for week 2, and then you'll have your 2 weeks plan. If you want the full video, just click that link at the top of the screen. So yeah, I think that is it for the 2 weeks. I'm just gonna toggle these down because toggle these up, I hate to see a messy schedule. I'm gonna leave these down since these are the things that we're doing for this week. So I'm gonna leave that one down. Okay, wait a minute. Okay, I'm gonna leave that for right now. Foods that I need to eat more of, just in case. Okay, avocados. We do have avocados, so let me add that to. Let me just add it wherever I can. Honestly, I can't have too much of this. Is it weird to have it here? I might not add it there, but I also want to. Okay, I think, yeah. Can you tell that I really like avocados? Alright, let me see what else I need to add more of. Oh, I already have apples. Sweet potato, cheese, onion, spicy cabbage. I need to make my sauerkraut. Okay. Okay, I think I'm good with these are concerned. I think for the what did I have it Sunday with fried dumplings. And then here I'm going to put baked sweet potato for myself because I don't want fried dumpling or rice contents. So I just want to show you guys a quick run through of what my meal planning page looks like in Notion. So I have my headings and stuff. I have a meal planning calendar where sometimes I just drag the stuff from here to there, but I haven't been using it for a while, so I'm just going to leave that off. Here I have my master shopping list, which toggles down and it just shows everything that I need to buy or possibly need to buy. And then sometimes we're out of certain stuff and we're not out of everything, and so I have them as toggle lists, as checklists, sorry, so I can just check whatever needs to be that we already have, so I know what we are out of. And I just usually go through this the day before we go shopping, so that's what that is looking like. And then foods that I need to eat more of depending on like what my goals are health wise. So I have a list of prebiotics, I have a list of probiotics, I have a list of gut healthy foods, anti-inflammatory foods, and then some superfoods. The foods that are in a different color, so blue here, are because they are in more than one categories, and so I try to prioritize those ones because I know that I'm getting added benefits from a bunch of different of these categories. And then I have some meal ideas just in case I get confused or lost or stuck in my meal planning and I'm like, what am I supposed to eat? So here I have some snacks slash dessert ideas. I don't have a lot of drinks slash beverage ideas because I don't really do a lot of those currently. And then I have dinner ideas. I have proteins, different kinds of proteins that we can do, and each of them has like different ways to make them. So for example, chicken, we have fried kebab, sweet and sour, like you get it. And then we have carbs, and then vegetables. That's usually how dinners are structured. And then I have lunch ideas, which I don't do a lot of lunches either. And then finally breakfast ideas. And as I said, like here we have pancakes, but we have the different kinds of pancakes or the different kinds of waffles or different ways to make the eggs. So it really does work. It makes sense. I love it. I love it. I love it. So I have those there. And then these are just some screenshots from like my Instagram or my TikTok or wherever of like foods that I should eat more of or incorporate more of that I need to add into here if they're not already there. And then this is the part that you're waiting for. This is the meal planning section of it, where I schedule out what I'm going to eat for breakfast, lunch, dinner, and snack for the days of the week. Today is Tuesday, which is why Sunday and Monday is out. I could have just written what I actually had, but it's not as serious for me to waste more time. And then I have week 2, and I have 2 weeks at a time, mainly because we go grocery shopping every 2 weeks, and so I like to plan 2 weeks at a time so that I know what we need to get ahead of time, or I can use up whatever we have on hand for those 2 weeks. And here I just have my recipe book with my different recipes. Most of them are like cakes or like dietary stuff, or yeah. So that is what my recipes and meal planning Notion system is looking like. Okay, so the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to start looking at my Notion because I planned everything on my Notion, so I want to ensure that everything is reflected. So let me start with my morning routines. The days are fine for these. I'm going to keep that time for those. Waking up at 7. Okay, that seems fine. So now I need to add in gym, and gym is every day except for Mondays and Thursdays. So going to add gym starting today, and it's going to be at 6 o'clock. So I'm gonna do, and I'm going to select calendar ideal week. Gym, I'm gonna give it that color default. Okay, I want it to repeat custom, so I want to repeat on every day except for Thursdays. Ends never. I can always tweak that afterwards. Repeat every week, Sunday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Friday, Saturday. Okay, done. Okay, so I'm gonna leave that there. and see it auto-populated to all those days going forward, and it doesn't show on Mondays or Thursdays. Relationship meeting, I want to cue this every Sunday after the gym. So Sundays after the gym, and we're starting next week. So I'm going to do this for actually let's do 8 to 8:30. I'm gonna do, maybe I should change it to relationship check-in. It sounds too formal when I say meeting weekly on Sunday. All right, and this is Kimani ideal week. All right, default visibility. Let me just ensure. Okay. So I'm done with Sundays as it relates to that. Morning routine, night routine, all of that are already scheduled. So now for Mondays onward, I need to ensure that Monday to Friday, I'm just going to put, instead of put lead generation, I'm going to put work on GE. And I said this is from Monday to Friday. So I'm going to change this around, and that's going to be the first thing that I do. What time do I want to change this to? I'm going to delete this one, delete this and following events. Alrighty, I'm going to move this and following events to there. Okay, that seems fine. Okay, so I'm going to put from 9 to 11, 2 hours. I'm going to do on GE, and this occurs every weekday at that time, and I'm going to leave it as that. Ideal week, but I'm going to change the color to, actually no, let's change it to that. I don't want to make this video too long because I did do a detailed video which you can check out at the end screen for all these systems to see the individual ones and in detail the full steps. But basically what I did after that point is to continue checking my Notion checklist that we did before and just making sure that that matches our Google Calendar and all the things that are in that template in our Notion. We have the time blocks on the specific days in our Google Calendar, and we have set reminders and ensure that you have flexibility so you're not planning every single hour of every single day. I know that was a long video, but you can't say you didn't get value from it. I also feel so much better. Like, can you see the smile on my face? I feel so much better knowing that all my systems are now up to date and they're reflecting my current life and not my life 3 months ago. So that was my Notion reset for my to-do list and my meal planning system, and also my Google Calendar reset. Yeah, if you watched all of that, thank you so much for being here with me, and I hope that I inspired you to get your life in check and your systems in check and updated. I hope you enjoyed this video. If you liked this video, let me know down below if you want to see more videos like this, and also let me know down below in the comment section. Talking too fast. And if you like this video, then you will also like the videos that are in this playlist right here, so go check that out if you're interested. Say hi in the comment section if you made it to the end of the video. I'll see you in the next one, but until then, just remember to do something today that will help you to be a little bit better than you were yesterday, like, you know, making these systems and actually sticking to them. Okay, bye.